You know that guy you filled out the survey about? Well, I've got to break it to you. He scored an F. Just run away. And I mean run, not walk. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is unlikely to go far in his career, even if he sometimes talks about wanting more. He tends to avoid challenges and gets frustrated or upset easily when things don't go his way, pulling back rather than pushing ahead. If you want a partner who is steadily moving up in life, he may not be the one to rely on.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he is more likely to break down than bounce back. Instead of facing problems confidently, he tends to avoid them or withdraw. Instead of learning from mistakes, he might blame others or simply refuse to deal with the stress.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
At work, people may find it hard to get close to him or truly respect him. He isn't very warm or understanding, and he struggles to be polite. He prefers to keep his distance, so you won't see him making many friends or being the peacemaker.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your own career, he won't jump up to cheer you on. In fact, he may pull away or seem upset. He might not say much, but inside, he could feel uncomfortable or even a little jealous. Don't expect big celebrations or heartfelt pride.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, he is likely to feel insecure and maybe even resentful. Though he might not say it out loud, he tends to bottle up his feelings. So you might notice him becoming distant or grumpy rather than openly discussing how he feels. He struggles with his own sense of self worth and doesn't handle these situations maturely.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He is quite careful with money and likes to keep things organized when it comes to spending. You won't catch him buying things on a whim or making big purchases without thinking. He prefers to stick to routines, plan ahead, and make sure bills are paid on time.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives a life he can afford and doesn't pretend to be richer than he is. He likes things to be simple and organized, so you won't see him showing off or trying to impress others with expensive things. He mostly sticks within his means and avoids risky or fancy purchases.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is quite tight with both money and his mindset. He is not the type to offer help easily or go out of his way to make others feel special. If someone needs support or a comforting word, he may struggle to give it.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is likely to be secretive and controlling when it comes to money. He doesn't easily share details or involve others in financial decisions, preferring to keep things close and manage tightly by himself. This can make you feel left out or unsure about where you stand.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is likely to believe that housework should stick to traditional roles, which means he might expect you to take care of most of it. He isn't very assertive about helping out and often keeps to himself, so he may quietly leave chores in your hands without much concern. Don't expect him to offer much help unless you firmly ask. Be ready to shoulder most of the work if you don't set clear boundaries.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is more likely to help by watching or telling you what to do rather than actually rolling up his sleeves. If chores or diapers need doing, he may pretend to be busy or quietly disappear, leaving you to handle things on your own. He believes in sticking to his own comfort zone and doesn't naturally jump in to share the load.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He rarely tries to understand your side and is much more likely to argue just to prove he's right. When there's a disagreement, instead of listening, he may jump in and insist on his own view, sometimes getting angry or upset easily. Patience and kindness are not his strengths, so don't expect much open mindedness.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he can lose control and say hurtful things or act in ways that feel aggressive. He doesn't hold back his emotions well, so you might face sharp words, raised voices, or even see him withdrawing and giving you the cold shoulder. Sometimes he may slam doors, snap over small things, or use harsh language.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he gets angry very quickly, and this is a serious red flag you should not ignore. Small problems can set him off, leading to arguments or long silences that feel heavy and uncomfortable. If you find yourself making excuses for his behavior, remember that you deserve kindness and respect.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He struggles to say sorry and take responsibility for his actions. When things go wrong, he's much more likely to blame you or make excuses rather than admit his mistakes. You may find yourself apologizing even when it's not your fault, just to keep the peace.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He may struggle to fully respect your boundaries, especially if it goes against what he wants. When you say no, he might act upset, withdraw, or try to persuade you instead of accepting your answer calmly. You deserve someone who listens and respects you without making things difficult.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding and giving you space, he might become distant, moody, or even try to make you feel guilty. This kind of reaction can create tension and make it hard for you to feel truly safe and understood with him.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You may have trouble trusting him to always handle private moments with care. If he feels upset or wants to make a point, he might bring up personal things from intimate times just to hurt or embarrass you. He struggles with holding back when angry and sometimes uses words or memories as weapons in arguments.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is likely to keep to himself and is not openly playful or outgoing with others, so he may not be easily distracted by other women in a flashy way. However, because he isn't deeply connected emotionally, he might not give you the full sense of loyalty and partnership you deserve. While he's not always chasing other women, you might still feel alone or unsupported in the relationship.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
He can be over possessive at times, showing jealousy or trying to control what you do, especially when he feels insecure. He may question your actions, check up on you, or get upset if you spend time with others without him. These behaviors are rooted in his own doubts and fears, not in your actions.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, in his case, what might look like a protective nature is more likely a sign of a controlling personality. He may say he's looking out for you, but his actions often come from a need to manage or limit your choices. True protection feels safe and supportive, but here it comes with discomfort, pressure, or a loss of freedom.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He is likely to expect you to do most of the parenting work rather than seeing it as a team effort. He tends to pull back from extra responsibility and may quietly let you handle the daily tasks, decisions, and emotional care for the kids. If you want someone who truly shares parenting, it will probably be a constant struggle with this man.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is likely to lose his temper rather than stay calm. Small mistakes or emotional moments can quickly push him over the edge, leading to raised voices, scolding, or even cold silences that make the kids feel uneasy. This can create a tense and stressful home environment for everyone.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He may struggle to fully support your role as both a mother and your own person. He tends to stick to traditional ideas and may expect you to handle most of the parenting and household work without much appreciation for your own dreams or personal needs. It's important to notice if you're getting the support and respect you truly deserve.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he is the kind of man who might seem alright with your career now but could ask you to quit after you have a child. He prefers traditional roles and may believe that looking after the home and kids is mainly your job. This can leave you feeling trapped or caught off guard if you're not prepared.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is more likely to act polite on the surface rather than show real warmth to your parents. While he may follow proper manners during visits or gatherings, genuine connection or caring gestures will probably be missing. He might keep conversations short or stick to formalities without much effort to build a deeper bond. He is likely to expect your family to adjust to him rather than making much effort to fit in himself.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is likely to make things worse instead of handling it calmly. He easily gets irritated or upset, and instead of patiently working things out, he may react with anger, coldness, or sharp words. This can add more tension to an already stressful situation and might leave you feeling caught in the middle, trying to smooth things over alone.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, this is the kind of man who may act modern with you in private, but will expect you to be a traditional supportive wife in front of his relatives. At home, he might give you some freedom, but around his family, he will likely want you to dress a certain way, follow customs, and show extra respect, even if it's not natural for you. If you're hoping for consistent support and the freedom to be yourself, this gap between private and public will feel disappointing and unfair.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension with his family, he is more likely to stay out of it or quietly side with them, rather than openly supporting you. He avoids conflict and doesn't like taking a strong stand, especially when relatives are involved. You might find him silent or withdrawn while you deal with uncomfortable situations alone.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He does have many signs of being a mummy's boy, and it's very unlikely that he will choose your side in a conflict with his mother. He prefers to avoid trouble and keep things calm at home, which often means following his mother's wishes or staying out of disagreements altogether. When difficult situations come up, he may expect you to adjust, apologize, or let things go just to keep the peace in the family.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is likely to share the details of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. When there's a problem, instead of working it out with you, he may turn to his family for advice or to vent his feelings. In a strong relationship, trust and privacy are important.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, overall, there you have it. This guy is an F. Again, this is not going to end well. Just run away. Being in a relationship with this man day in and day out can feel lonely and exhausting. He often keeps to himself, avoiding emotional closeness and staying quiet when things get hard.